All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to talk about and review Five Nights at Freddy's. Just came out on the weekend. We're going to talk about those box office numbers. Also came out on Peacock. So if you want to go watch it, you can go watch it right now and stream it. But
Who knew?
yeah,
Obviously
but
not 135 million people.
worldwide, yeah. But yeah. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into our ratings. We're gonna get into some of the goods, some of the bads, our likes and dislikes, all that good stuff. But before we get started, Brian, you want to let us know what the story was about?
Sure. Pretty simple. A troubled security guard begins working at Freddy's Fazbear's Pizzeria. While spending his first night on the job, he realizes the late shift at Freddy's won't be so easy to make it through. Pretty simple.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you ever played the game or ever know about the game and stuff like that, you kind of know what the movie is going to be about. So yeah. Um. So, yep. So we'll get into some of the good before we get into some of the bad. Brandon, what did you like about this movie?
Um, I like that the movie very much knows what it is. I think that's probably my number one. It very much knows what it is and really leans into that. I liked the animatronics as well. Um, some of the soundtrack was pretty good too. It's got Matthew Lillard, who always brings it in everything that he's in, no matter how big or small the role. I thought Josh Hutcherson played his part pretty well also. I'd say those were my main things that really kind of grabbed me about it.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Brian?
The first 30 minutes of the movie was hilarious. I was laughing so much because it was so campy. It was so silly. I was laughing. And then it followed the formula, and I knew that's what they had to do because it's a short movie. When I saw Matthew Lillard, I told my wife, I was like, he's the bad guy, right? I didn't need to know nothing else, but I knew he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Josh Hutcherson, ever since I've seen Future Man, everything he does, I think of him as Future Man. It's Futterman. So every time I see him, and I think that was a good casting. He was hilarious, and I enjoyed it. It was just a fun time. I didn't take it seriously. I watched it on Peacock. I didn't go see it in the movie theater. I'll be honest with you guys. And you know why? Because I didn't think it was going to be that great. I didn't want to pay money for it. But apparently everyone else did, and I'm wrong. So, but as I said earlier, I'm loving movies that know what they are and they release during Halloween because they know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's genius.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. What did I like? I thought the graphics were pretty good. I thought the animatronics looked not bad. It was a fun movie, when it came down to the action and stuff like that. Brandon said, Josh Hutcherson was good, Matthew Lillard was good. Elizabeth
Leo.
I thought she was kind of good. Seeing a few YouTubers in there was pretty awesome. I don't know a lot of those guys were, but a few of them, like, hey, I know that YouTuber. So, but yeah, it was what I kind of expected, more or less, with it. But it was, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the good stuff that I like.
You didn't like this at all, huh? Because it was fun.
I wouldn't
I had
even say it was
no
campy.
problem.
So
I think it was. I mean, it was following the same stuff. You knew the stupid stuff that was going on. You saw what was happening with all the kids, and then I saw the animatronics, and it gives you that showbiz feel. Everyone, we're all old enough to be in showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese and understand that, and you understand Ghost and understood how the dreams were working. I understood all the stuff, and I thought that was a pretty good connection, and it was fine for a movie that spent $20 million.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Well, here, let's get into some of the bad stuff.
That's what you're waiting
Brandon.
on.
Yeah, I mean it was a
Um,
funnish movie, but yeah.
even though I wasn't expecting Shawshank Redemption, it it was
You better not.
the plot was very underwhelming, I thought.
Mm,
The plot was it's
Um,
Halloween. Let's watch a movie.
that's true, and like I said, I'm easy to please during Halloween, but I think I was just kind of underwhelmed by it anyway. Um,
mm,
it just it was something that we've seen quite a few times, with the trouble protagonist, and just kind of it felt like at times it was very much going through the motions.
mm.
And it was very, very predictable in that regard. Like we said, we all saw Matthew Lillard being the main villain, probably from the jump.
Yeah.
As soon
Um,
as I was like, "Hey, is Matthew Lillard?" Oh, I know he is.
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'd say the movie. I'd say that was my biggest thing. Like at times, it kind of even though I'm very easy to please during Halloween, it kind of had trouble kind of holding my interest. And there were times when I found myself picking up my phone or looking at my watch.
Mhm.
Um, it just didn't. It just didn't really 100% grab me at times.
Yeah.
And I just think it was kind of generic to the point of blandness on and off here and there. I was never really like holy crap. I never really had like any holy crap moments or whoa moments um, that I was hoping to get from Five Nights at Freddy's. Like
Mhm.
some of the kills were kind of fun when you were able to see them, or kind of um, kind of pick up on what was going on. But I just say it didn't really like grab me throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Brian?
It wasn't scary. There was not a jump scare. There was
Mm-hmm.
not any type of scare at all. Like I don't consider it a scary movie, honestly, because nothing about it was scary to me. Like, and I hate scary movies, right? Even I couldn't. Nothing about it even almost scared me. Like nothing. Like even when the animatronics were moving real fast, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what? Why is anyone trying to do something to him? Like, move out the way. I'll break you. Like something. Like that little thing. I'm not gonna let you eat me. The little ball. I would have broke him in half. It'll be like meatball. Like
Yeah.
all right, done. Yeah, but
Just kick
nothing.
it.
Nothing scared me about it. It was funny. It was camp. That's what I said. Campy is that type of movie. It's making fun of itself and knew what it was. It wasn't trying to be a scary movie, and it wasn't. But it came through during the right time, and that's what made it all this money. But it's my I think my biggest negative is it's not even a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Same. It wasn't scary at all, at all. And especially coming from the video game, you expect jump scares. I was coming into this. I'm like, I'm gonna be jump scared like every 10 minutes, man. Like, and I not once was I not any jump scares.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, which was super disappointing. And I know Brian, you said it was campy. I wouldn't even put it in the campy, because campy needs to be like over the top, silly, goofy, and this like
Animatronics are
Brandon,
moving, and they made a fucking fort.
it's not really campy though. Like campy is like over the top. It was just like it was nothing about this was over the top. It was was like Brandon, it was massively formulated, or formulaic, whatever. And that's exactly what it was. It went through the motions, and I was what are you about an hour in before you actually get to anything happening at Five Nights at Freddy's. You get the beginning scene, you get the little hints here and there. I think there was two scenes that you get like shit happening, but you really don't see it until the end. So it's like the actual Five Nights at Freddy part is the last like 45 minutes of the movie. you know, because the rest of the movie is just Mike
Mike and
having,
Max,
you know, mental
Mike
problems.
and Abby, Mike and Abby
Mike
having
and
that relationship,
you
and
know,
Mike
and
having and then
yeah,
his brother.
yeah, the brother. I mean, that's what it was. It was like, I'm like, all right, you know, I mean, it's super. You already knew who the bad guy was, you know, and you already knew it's gonna be connected to, you know, Mike,
Vanessa.
you know, and
I knew.
yeah, once they brought in Vanessa, I'm like, okay, she's obviously connected to it. Is one of the animatronics her sibling,
That's
or
exactly what I thought.
that's what I thought it was gonna be. So,
Mhm.
you know, but yeah, nothing was like surprising, you know, and it was just like it just went through the motions, and I felt like it just had these creatures on screen, um, because they knew it was a big IP and they knew people were going to come and watch it. You know what I mean? And it
And they
feels like,
definitely knew because they were right.
yeah, you know.
Mhm.
But I'm like, if you want to see a good Five Nights at Freddy, watch the one with Nick Cage. The what was it?
Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Willy's Wonderland. That's a better version of Five Nights at Freddy than this movie is. You
Definitely
know,
is.
yeah, you know,
I think we're misunderstanding what they made the movie for.
yeah.
They
They made
made
the
the
movie for
movie
people who like the video game and just like, oh look, I know that bear. You know,
and kids to be able to go see this movie because there's not a 12-year-old in the world that would have been
oh,
scared by
100%.
anything that was going on. So you
Mhm.
can have everyone from. I mean, this is a real PG-13 movie.
Yeah,
Not like all the other ones should be PG-13. They should be R. This is a real PG-13 movie,
yeah.
and that's
Some
what
blood
you need to do.
in there, and that's it. Yeah, you know, they're not showing anything crazy. You know, I mean, somebody's face was mangled up a little bit, but even then it was just bloody. You know, it
Yeah.
wasn't like the face was off. You know, anything crazy. Um, the Nick Cage Finance Afraid was way better. It really was. I love that movie. I didn't think I would,
Love.
but that's campy. That's a campy movie because it's so over the top. It's so stupid. Nick Cage being not saying like 2 words in the entire movie like was awesome.
Mhm.
You know, but yeah, this one it was made for the fans 100%, 100% made for the fans. So um but you know,
And the fans turned around and gave them what they needed to give.
yeah,
And sometimes it's
this is
important for you to
the yeah,
understand marketing and
yeah,
understand what you're doing. I mean, you're
yeah,
doing it for, and
yeah.
that was smart. And they're
This
going to
is
walk out of this movie out this weekend, and they're going
oh
to make $180 million
yeah,
from the beginning, from Thursday to Halloween. It's going to be $180 million worldwide
yeah.
off a
It's
$20
this
million movie.
it's gonna make so much money. It's gonna make so much money. Um you know, so and a lot of like you said, a lot of these kids are gonna want to go see it. This is you know how the Taylor Swift, you know, concert movie is for all these like, you know, teenage, you know, young women and stuff like that. This is the version for 12-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it really is. It's like, hey, I want to go see my video game character that I love on screen. You know, and I feel bad because you really don't get it until the very end. You know, the last like 40 minutes, I would say. You know,
I mean, it's
so
only an hour and 50.
yeah.
That's almost half the movie.
Yeah, you're an hour in before you actually get to like any killing, you know. Like it drag.
I mean, they gave us
I
kill
wind
at
up
the beginning.
watching on my phone a lot. I was playing like football game while I was watching it, and
I was like, but it killed at the beginning. It killed Max and killed her boyfriend during the middle, and then it did all the other killing at the end.
I mean, but all that
It
was
just wasn't
unseen,
good, but
you know.
it wasn't that great. But there was killing in it.
You know,
I mean,
yeah,
I also agree with you. It wasn't that great, but it was
yeah,
fine. It was fun. It was
yeah.
fun. It's
Like I
for
said,
a 12-year-old.
it's
12-year-old
for
me would have
the
been like,
kids.
cool. It was
Yeah,
like watching. It was like watching Are You Afraid of the Dark?
no,
No. Are You Afraid
no,
of the Dark was scarier.
it's better. Yeah, yeah,
Better. I don't know. It's better. It's just because this was meant for, but at least it was scary.
yeah.
This
I'm saying
wasn't scary at
it's
all.
Taylor Swift, but for the 12-year-old, the video game 12-year-olds, the gamer 12-year-olds. That's what this is. You know, it's made for a specific audience, and they're gonna go see it because, of course, they're gonna go see it. You know, I mean, I
I
don't
don't know if
blame
this
them.
is
I don't
made for
blame them.
12-year-olds because
Mhm.
if 12-year-olds is not $135 million.
No, but you know, your 12-year-olds that needs to go, and you know, both of them team up on a parent. You're gonna go.
Yeah, but
So now you got an extra
that's
ticket.
Paw Patrol.
exactly.
That will only give you $40 million. It's also great marketing because it came out during Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween weekend, and that's what we're missing. That point.
Yeah.
It was ingenious. You ain't gotta make a good movie. I don't need Martin Scorsese making this damn movie. I don't need any of that. Just give me a random thing during Halloween, market it well. That's what we get.
So here at Spoiler Kings, we do our ratings nice and simple. Now, later, never. Now means you got to go watch it right now before it gets spoiled. Later means you can wait till it's on streaming whenever you have time to watch it. And never means just skip it. Don't waste your money. You don't kill your brain cells. With that being said, Brandon, what you giving Five Nights at Freddy?
I'll give it a later. I appreciate it, knew what it was, but it could have been more. Like you said, I was kind of expecting it to be kind of scary or creepy at times. Unfortunately, it didn't even do that. It was kind of like, you're doing Five Nights at Freddy's. You had one job, and you didn't do that. There were some things that kind of kept it like slightly above water, like the performances. I appreciated the animatronics and stuff like that, but it didn't do as much for me as I was hoping it would have. So I have to give it a later.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. For me, it's definitely a later. I didn't even see it in theaters this time. So, I mean, if I didn't see it in theaters this time, I don't expect you to see it in theaters. But, it is what it is. It's going to make a lot of money. I'm glad they did it, but it's not a good movie. So, it is what it is. Watch it on streaming.
Yeah. Yeah. And same, probably later. It's if you love this franchise, you're probably gonna love the movie. And you probably have a fun time with it. If you really aren't into it, then it's gonna be a okay at best kind of movie, and which is what it was. It looked kind of cool at times, and it was kind of silly at times as well. But yeah, later for me. But cool, yeah. And let me put up the Rotten Tomatoes real quick because I know the Rotten Tomatoes is absolutely crazy.
Let me guess. 55%.
For the critics or audience?
Audience. I want to say audience 55 and say the critics 20.
Okay. What about you, Brandon?
Probably the audience, probably 55. The critics probably like 24.
All right. Well, both of you guys are kind of close with the critics. Critics was 29, which is technically rotten. But the audience
Loved
89. They loved it.
Wow.
And I believe who produced this one?
Isn't it like Neil Moritz or something?
Yeah, somebody on Twitter, put up like, "Oh, thank you, audience. We made this for you anyway," and they saw the audience go over 89. So obviously, it's made for the fans. So and that's who went to go see it because it made 80 million domestically. 80 million
in a weekend. In a weekend.
As it's streamed, as you can watch it on Peacock at home. It made 80 million freaking dollars, which is just complete insanity for something like this. But I know like Drake Mack said, he had to go take his kids to go see it in the big screen, because that's where they want to see it. So, it is what it is with it. But damn, 80 million.
Mm-hmm.
80 million.
No, 80 million now. It's still going to be making money today and tomorrow. I'm telling you, by the time we're done with this whole thing and the whole thing gets out, we're looking at $100 million domestically. We're going to see $100 million domestically from a movie that's streaming on TV at the same time.
Oh,
what the hell?
Yeah. Before the next weekend, like it's going to be at 100. I think, like 20 million
by tomorrow.
Just the end of tomorrow.
It's Halloween.
Maybe, yeah. So, Horgeek said it got an A- cinema score, which is amazing for a horror. Same score as Get Out and Silence of the Lambs. That's crazy.
Wow.
I don't know.
not putting it on the
I
same
don't know
level
how
as that.
Cinema Score like ranks their shit because this is not this is not an A. This is not an A. It's a fun movie that's kind of goofy, you know, but like I chilled on the couch, playing NFL Rivals on my phone and
Mhm.
had this on, so that was cool. Oh yeah. But cool. We're gonna get to the comments in a second. We're gonna finish things up for our replay gang here. So we appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with us on the live show. And if you want to be part of the show, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and you too can come in and leave your comment and let us know what you think. But hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Leave a comment, let us know what you think about Five Nights at Freddy's. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you force to go see it because you have kids? Leave a comment, let us know. We appreciate it. But if you're watching live, stick around because we are gonna finish this conversation.